In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use MailChimp groups to deliver multiple opt-in freebies. Now, if you're just trying to deliver a single opt-in gift, like a PDF or whatever it is, and you're just going to have one of them for your list, you do not need this video. You do not need to set up MailChimp groups. This video is specifically for people who want to have more than one opt-in gift on their website, so that you want to segment your list using groups so you can have one list in MailChimp, and depending on where people sign up, you'll send them one of multiple free gifts. And this is something that as your business grows, you'll probably want to have more than one free gift, and setting up MailChimp groups is one of the top questions I get asked because it really trips people up. So we're going to set up MailChimp groups in 3 steps. First, we're going to create your groups. Then we're going to add an automation sequence for each group. And then third, we're going to add the group to a sign-up form. Now, in order to do step number 2 and add an automation sequence, you need to be on a paid account of MailChimp, because with free MailChimp accounts, it does not allow you to set up automation sequences. So you will need a paid MailChimp account in order to complete this. So here we are in MailChimp, and you can see that I have my list. So what I want to do is I'm going to click on the list to go in there, and then we want to manage subscribers and then click groups, because we're going to set up our groups. So over here on the right, we're going to click create groups, and this doesn't really matter how you show them on your sign-up form, because we're not going to show them on the sign-up form. We're going to do it in the background. So we're just going to say, do not show these groups on the sign-up form. So what you want to do is, under a group, there's this title, right, which is like the overarching thing. That's going to be freebies. And then underneath that, you're going to list all of the different freebies that you have. If you want to add more, you can just click add group, but we'll just start with 3 to get started. And now we'll click save, and these groups will be created. Okay, so we've done the first step. We've created our groups. Now the second step is we want to add an automation sequence for each group. The idea here is that when somebody signs up to the list with that specific freebie, we want to deliver that freebie and then possibly send them some other targeted emails, like making sure that they've read the freebie and that they've downloaded it, and asking them some questions about it and offering a product, right? We're going to send them into an automation sequence. So let's set that up now. So now let's set up the automation for when there's a new subscriber in a group. So we'll click on automation, and then over on the right side, we're going to click create automation workflow. And what we want to do is set up an automation that is triggered when somebody joins a group. So we're going to select my list, Amanda's list, and then here on the right side, we'll scroll down and we say when somebody joins the list group, so when they join a group, we are going to send this automation. Now it's going to give us, we can just name the automation, Freebie 1 delivery. Perfect. Okay, so let's now click next. And it will say trigger workflow when the following conditions are met. When subscribers join the following list group. When they join Freebie 1. So when they join Freebie 1, it's going to trigger this automation. Now we're going to click next. And now we just add the emails. So the first email that you want to set up is the delivery of that opt-in gift. So if it's a PDF, you would probably link to that file. Or maybe it's just a series of emails that's delivering a course, for example, or linking to a video. Whatever it is, you want to set up that email here. So we're just going to click add email, and I'll set up one with a PDF delivery just to give you an example. So you see when I clicked add email, it says that this email is going to be sent 1 day after the workflow is triggered. So that would mean when somebody joins the list, when somebody joins the group, then 24 hours later, it's going to send this. But how I want it to work is that to be sent immediately. So when they sign up, they immediately get the email. So we're going to click change delay, and we're going to pick immediately, so send immediately when workflow is triggered, and then save that. And now here in this first email, we are going to deliver the free gift. So you can see for this first email, I've just named it Freebie 1 Delivery. That's just something that I'll remember so I know what's happening in that email. And then the subject is "You're in, download your guide now." Okay, so then we click next. And then we go to the actual email builder, which you should be quite used to in MailChimp, where you can just set up what you want your email to look like. So I'm just going to quickly customize this. So I'm going to remove the block, and then we will just deliver a PDF. Okay, so just as an example, I've just customized this email, and then to deliver the PDF, just like normal, I'm just going to select this text and insert a link. And instead of making a link, I'm going to link it to a file. And then I can just upload a file. So if you didn't have a file, you could upload it there, but I've already got one. So I've got that, and we're just going to select it. There we go. So now when the people get this email, the new subscriber to that group is going to be put into that automation, and the first email that they're going to get is going to have a link to their PDF. So that's how you deliver your free gift. So now we'll just move on and finish this email. On what day should this email be sent? You can choose which days of the week you want it to go. We are not going to do that because we want it to be sent immediately upon sign up, no matter when they sign up. What time should the email be sent? I want it to be sent immediately again, so we'll just do as soon as possible. And now we're just going to continue and finish this email. Okay, so now we've got, in our automation sequence, we've just got one email. So we've got the delivery of the free gift. And when you set this up in your business, you'll want to create a series of emails delivering the free gift and then following up with people after that. And you can do that here just like you would in a normal automation sequence. That's out of the scope of this video. Awesome. So now our automation is all set up. So we can just click to start the workflow, which means that anyone who subscribes to this group is going to get that first email. So again, if you've got 3 opt-in freebies, 1, 2, and 3, you want to repeat the same process for each of those groups so that you can make sure that each of those opt-in freebies is delivered. Okay, now it's time to move on to the third step, which is we need to create a sign-up form so that we can have people sign up for those specific freebies and be added to that group. So we're going to go to our list, and under the drop-down, we're going to click Sign Up Forms. And we want to click on Embeddable Forms. So let's scroll down and look at this form. You can see this box is selected that says Show Interest Group Fields. So that shows the freebies right there. That's what we want. Now we need to do a bit of coding. We need to do 2 things. We need to check the box for freebie 1 in this case, or whichever opt-in that we want this form to be used for. And then we want to hide this from the form. So you need to be a little bit familiar with reading HTML in order to do this step. So we want to scroll through the code, and we want to find where it says freebies. So here's where it says freebies, right? So in the div, just above that, this div class, just above the freebies, there's lots of divs, so you need to get the one just above the freebies. What we want to do is paste this line into it, style equals display none. We want to paste that in, and that's going to say hide this whole div, so hide all the freebie section. Okay, and then under the freebies we see 3 inputs, so input checkbox, and we've got freebie 1, freebie 2, and freebie 3. So what we want to do is within this input tag of the one that we want, so we're going to say freebie 1 in this case, we want to go right to the end of this tag, of the input tag, and we're going to just type checked. And that tells this form that this is option 1 is already pre-checked and it's hidden. So like in the background, it's checked. So what we want to do now is just copy that, and then you want to paste it into your website, wherever you put your sign up form. So I came over here to WordPress, and I'm just going to stick this sign up form in the center of the page just as an example to show you how it works. So I'm going to click over to the text area so I can just paste in this code. Okay, and then I'm going to save and publish the page, and then we'll go take a look at what our form looks like. Okay, so here's our form. It's just a very basic form from MailChimp, and you can see it does not have the checkboxes visible because they're hidden in the background. So we can just fill this out now with our name and our email address, and then click subscribe. And then that's going to do just like normal MailChimp, where it sends that confirmation email to your email box. And then you have to click on it to be added to the list, right? So you can test that yourself. And then let's click over into MailChimp to see the person in the list. So now when I come into the same list in MailChimp, you can see I've got one subscriber, right? And it's me. And the freebies, it's pre-selected freebie 1. So now automatically, because we've added this person to freebie 1, that automation is going to be triggered and they will get that first email that we set up. So just as a reminder of how the process works, first in MailChimp we want to create the groups, then we want to add an automation sequence for each group, and then we want to add the group to a sign-up form. If you enjoyed this tutorial, you might also like to listen to my weekly podcast for online marketing tips, advice, and inspiration each Monday. It's called the Wellpreneur Podcast, and you can get it on iTunes or Stitcher. Thanks for watching.